Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So today I will be doing a video about St. Nicholas because we're only 2 days away from Christmas. So I decided to do a video about St. Nicholas because, well, it would be interesting to know more about Santa Claus, or where the myth of Santa Claus came from. So anyways, let's just jump straight into it. So first of all, Saint Nick was born in the 200 AD in a part of what is now Turkey, but he was like a very devout Christian, and as a very young man, his parents actually died, but his inheritance, he used that to help the poor and the needy and the sick. So that's pretty awesome. And so there's like a lot of stories about things that he did. One thing is that he did sneak into a guy's house because he was very poor and he was considering like selling his daughters or something crazy like that. So he had 3 daughters, and for 3 nights, Saint Nick snuck into his house and would give him and would just drop some money off. And on the 3rd time, the father actually saw Saint Nick and thanked him for giving him like money and stuff, which honestly is just understandable, but also kind of weird. Like, if some random guy was walking into my house and just giving me money, I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. But anyways, he also did some other things. He would give out, like I already said, he gave to the poor and the needy and the sick, which I already said. But he actually died in 343. 343, and in that year, after his death, he actually became like a very famous figure in that area, but also other parts of Europe. And after like the Roman Empire fell and stuff, Saint Nick was seen as like a gift giver. That was what he was known for, because, well, that's what he did for a lot of his life. Now this lasted up until the 1500s, when the Protestant Reformation just was like, we don't honor saints. So you might have thought, well, this is it for Saint Nick, right? But no, the Dutch, even though they were like the most devout Protestants in Europe, actually they still honored Saint Nick, and they still ate on his feast, which was held on the day he died, December 6th. And the Dutch actually kept the tradition alive, and they made like their own version of him, Sinterklaas, who is actually becoming a little controversial because of, his servants, if you want to look that up. But, so Sinterklaas became like essentially the Saint Nick's like early Santa Claus, essentially. And after the Dutch colonized parts of America, mostly New York, they brought Sinterklaas with them. And after the English took over, they were like, okay, this is cool. So they named him Santa Claus. And the idea of gift giving and stuff was still attributed to him. However, they did change a couple things and made it so that instead of eating or associating him with St. Nick's feast, which was on December 6th, they associated him more with Christmas, so December 25th, instead of December 6th. So Santa definitely changed a lot. He went from being a Turkish guy who just was really, really nice to suddenly becoming like Sinterklaas in the Netherlands, being banned in a lot of Protestant places. Well, not banned, but a lot of Protestant places didn't really appreciate the honoring of saints, so they didn't honor him. However, the Dutch were all like, well, we're still going to honor him. And yeah, now we just have Santa Claus, who actually, like, his red coat and stuff like that, everything that he wore is more of, like, 1800s stuff. Like, that comes from the 1800s. So, yeah, that is kind of interesting. So I think this brings us to the end of the video. So this is gonna be my last video until Christmas, or until after Christmas. Then I'll make a video about New Year's or whatever. So anyways, have a nice day and have a Merry Christmas. Goodbye.